Hello there, you lovely people. I hope you're safe and I hope that you're well. When you're at college or school, do you ever find that no matter how much you're reading, it's just not going in and you're trying to really make sense of this particular text and you're reading it again and again and again and it's still not going in? If so, I would like to introduce you to annotating text. It is absolutely life-changing if you know how to do it. And I have got the 3 benefits of why you need to start implementing this into your daily life when it comes to doing any revision or homework. And then I've got the top tips in how you can make sure that you can just implement it simply into your life without even realising you're doing it. So let's get on with this week's video. The 3 benefits of actually doing this new skill for you is that actually what you'll be doing is you'll be decreasing your speed in reading, which is actually good because then what you'll be doing is you'll be paying more attention to what you're reading and having a better ability to actually retain that information. The second benefit is that because you'll be slowing down what you're reading, you're going to be more aware of what you're reading. And the third one is that actually because you're reading it and you're, again, aware of what you're reading, there's more chance of you actually staying awake. Therefore, you're less likely to do that fake reading syndrome where you think you're reading it, but you're really not. So when it comes to annotating those notes, what I'd like you to do is I would like you, if you can, to actually write in the book. And with that, I would want you to add circles to maybe the words that you're not familiar with, because then you know once you've done that reading session that actually I need to research those words. It might also be using stars or exclamation marks for really key points. Another one is that you might want to do like little bubble circles around names, certainly for any characters, any names that are first introduced into that story. You might want to kind of add question marks of areas of uncertainty. This will allow you to simply go back and check out what you need to maybe ask the teacher. Another one is in the front of the cover or the back is to maybe keep a list of the key facts. So it might be particular characters, it might be dates. This is almost your go-to, okay? And this is where you've got those key facts at a simple glance. Another one for me, which I particularly love, is that once you've read a chapter, go back to that title of that chapter, the beginning of that chapter, and just write a sentence of what you would prefer to call that chapter. It's just a way that you can go to where it will be more kind of eye-catching for you of what that chapter is about rather than what the author thinks that it's about. Another one is at the end of every chapter, just do a little summary. Just summarize what is it that you learned or you realized during that particular chapter. Because then what will happen is that when you're flicking through it, certainly if it's just before a mock or an exam, that it will just allow you to be able to kind of pull out that most important text rather than having to read every single part. Let me tell you one of the reasons that I love to do it is that particularly when I was studying at college, I couldn't stand it when people would say, oh yeah, and I particularly love this page. And I'd be thinking, oh my gosh, what was on that page? The beauty about doing it is that when you go to look at that particular book, certainly if it's maybe before a mock or an exam or an end of topic test, is that you will literally go to the most important parts. Your eyes will instantly be captured by what you need to know. So it's about learning to do this skill quite young as your age, because then when certainly you get to uni, it's something that you will have the skill at. When it does come to that annotating, I want you to remember that inner voice, that positive inner voice, because that's the voice that I need you to listen to. That's the voice that's really trying its hardest to understand what you're reading. So when it comes to maybe doing any notes, summarizing key facts, just listen to that voice, okay? Because that is the part of you that is willing to learn. However, one of my things that I don't want you to do is don't go over the top, okay? I don't want you to feel that you have to add something to every single page or you have to use a selection of colours, because then you'll just be blindsided and actually then it is no point in doing this. I want you to learn to take control of your ability, certainly if you're a visual learner, to be able to control what you're reading. And this takes practice. I promise you it takes practice. But if you can learn to nail it now, or if you can just better up that skill, then I promise you, you won't regret it. Anyway, stay awesome and I'll see you next week. Bye everybody.